Most people trying to get lean are under eating, overtraining, and guessing. I'm preparing for the NFL, sitting at 3% body fat, and today I'm going to show you exactly what I eat, my macros, the supplements I take, how I cut the weight the right way, and I'm going to be giving you the tool that I use to build it all yourself. I literally will be showing you step by step what I eat, how I came up with this plan, and then yes, like I said, I can't believe that I'm giving this away, but I'm going to be giving you the exact GPT that I use to build my meals, adjust my macros, answer any question, and clear up any confusion that I have about nutrition or training that you'll be able to use for yourself. Okay, so without further ado, let's get right into this, guys. My name is Nolan Olm. If you guys don't know who I am, I'm an online fitness professional and an aspiring pro athlete. I played 6 seasons of D1 football at Eastern Washington University, and now I'm showing you all the things behind the scenes of how I perform at my best and get results like these. So this was today. I was 198.3. This is a little bit later in the morning before our workout, 3% body fat. The InBody obviously isn't 100% accurate. I'm probably not 3%, but I'm pretty damn low. Most dialed I've ever been. You see the recovery score, 98%. Sleep percent has been up basically 100% every single night. And as you can see, I'm working out 2 to 4 hours a day. What I'm training for, it's a really good question. It's for our pro day, March 25th in Washington, at Washington State University, Pullman, Washington, where 32 NFL scouts, NFL teams will be there. All the CFL teams will be there. They're going to watch us run a 40-yard dash, all that sort of stuff. I need to hit certain numbers. Most importantly, I need to run a fast 40-yard dash. So I talked to my really good friend. I got a ton of friends in the NFL. One of my really good friends, Jacoby Keeney James. We had a really long conversation about the strategy of how to get to that point. I've played a lot of my career at 203, 204. This last season was around 199. And now I'm looking to get the lightest I've been since high school. So how do you do that when your body's so used to a certain weight? And it's definitely not easy. I'm going to show you the exact strategy that I'm using to get incredible results. So let's start with, okay, where do we start? We got to start with getting numbers. So what I start with is a simple Google sheet. Okay, this looks like a lot, but I'm going to make it really easy and digestible for you guys. Okay. So here we go. We've got our Google sheet here, and you can see I've got a bunch of different numbers that I track. You can't manage what you don't measure. I want you to forget about everything else and just look at the weight. So I started logging my weight. You can see I was a little bit light around Christmas time, and after that, this is coming back after I went to an all-star game called the College Gridiron Showcase, where over 200 scouts were there from all pro levels, and we're playing at some of the best competition in the country. And I was 199 when I came back. And from there, I've basically been cutting, and we're now down to consistently, this is not including the last couple days, 195, about to touch 194. So very, very consistent, pretty aggressive weight loss. But this is how I did it. I'll show you guys. So went over to my GPT and talked to individuals, like I said. This is what's going to make me run the fastest. Now, also, if you want to get the most shredded, this is what it's going to do as well, too. So here's what we came down with. I train 4 days a day, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. The sessions are incredibly intense. I'm in there from 7:50 a.m. until 3 p.m. Not working out the whole time, but it's usually, around like 4 or 5 hours of actual training. And it's very intense training, the type of training that we do. This is not what this video is about. It's about the nutrition, but a lot of very, very intense. So Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. This is the calories and the macros that we came up with. The starting weight was 199, and I want to get down to 195 when I'm at this time of day, right? So when I woke up this morning, I was 195.4, which you'd say is my goal, but this is, I want to be, when I step on the scale in front of scouts, I want to be at least 195. So, like I said, here's the protein, pretty aggressive. And you can notice one thing. On these days where we're training more, the carbs are around 225 to 250. I started above 250, and we've just been slowly working our way down to what's really going to get us that reliable weight loss. So start your carbs as high as you can to make sure that you have really good glycogen stores, and you basically, it just is going to really supercharge your workouts. And then slowly cut them down if you're not losing the weight that you still want to. 250 to 280 grams of protein is really aggressive. You don't really need to do this, and I've been kind of cutting this down too to buy back more calories for carbs as well, because carbs are the fuel, especially on these days. You can notice the fats are pretty low, and for a lot of people, this is going to be astoundingly low. Like, you're not going to be used to numbers like this, and when you start tracking your food, which I have a video on my Instagram, go check that out. I talk all about how to track food, and maybe if you guys want, I'll make a YouTube video on that as well. The fats, you're going to notice you eat a ton of fats. So if you're not eating super lean meats, you're going to lose all these in the meat that you're eating. So rest and recovery days, Wednesday, Saturday, calories are quite a bit lower. And you can notice the protein is still super high. Now I've adjusted this, right? And that's the thing with AI and GPTs. They're good, but they're not 100% going to be catered to what you truly need. And they're trained off of phenomenal information, this one that I use, but it still sometimes isn't what you need. You got to be able to adjust, and you got to recognize that there's an art to this, right? And it isn't just a straight science. Fats are a little bit higher. For this, it'd be really good for satiety and also for just recovery in general. Fats are really important for your hormones. You don't want to not eat any fats, but just realize that most of your fat comes from fat. In fact, like almost all of it. So some would argue keto, all this stuff. I'm not really into that. This is what I'm into. And I think keto is not sustainable for elite athletes and elite performers at all. I love carbs as well, and I'm sure a lot of you guys do as well too. So the carbs are quite a bit lower on those rest and recovery days because we don't need the fuel for the sessions. Wednesday, Saturday, it's we're doing mobility sessions, and then Sunday is a complete day off. So you can see here, though, carbs are really high on Sunday because what we're doing is we're priming for the week. So your body, it stores glycogen from your carbohydrates, and it uses those for your workouts. So you don't want to, 150 is really aggressive. Really, like ideally, you don't want to be below 200, especially with someone in my situation right now. So just being aware of that. But that's what we came up with, okay, initially. And I'm going to show you all the adjustments that I've made and like how you can make these adjustments, okay, and the key strategies that we came up with. So protein, the reason it's so high is because we want to preserve that muscle, and especially because we're looking to lose, we're losing fat, but I'm also going to lose muscle. That's the reality of it, and I'm not really scared of that too because my goal is speed, elasticity. I'm not a bodybuilder. I'm not looking to do those things, so it's a little bit different. But keeping the protein as high as possible is going to help you to maintain that muscle. Carbs, right, are periodized. You can see, or people say carb cycling, but I would highly recommend doing this with your workouts because they are your fuel, and really load them around your training. So you're going to have, and I'll show you guys, this is the meal timing right here. And this is what it says to do. It gives me all these foods. I don't really do this. I'll show you guys exactly what I eat. In like 2 seconds, we'll go over there. But really, we want to think about it. There's two different parts of your nervous system. I'll make it really simple. There's a time where your body is going to be in a better state, a better phase to digest protein and fats. And that's when you're more calm. Are you calm around your workouts? No. You're breathing heavy. You're on it, right? Like you're active. You're in the moment. When you're relaxing, though, that's when you're in that mode where you can digest that protein and the fats. When you're in that high sympathetic, they call it nervous system, or you're really active, having those carbs is going to fuel your session, is going to give you that fuel that you need in those moments to execute because your body thinks it's fight or flight time. It's time to attack. So let's go over here to what I eat in a day and my meal prep too. So I'll make this super simple for you guys. I do this all on Sunday. It takes me 2.5 hours to do this, okay, to make all my food for the week. I have a little egg cooker, and I cook about 14 eggs and hard boil them. Super easy, put them away, okay? So every single day I'm waking up, I'm chugging my water. I have hydrogen tabs in there. So they look like this, H2, Gary Brecka, that's the company. I have my hydrogen water, really good for recovery. I go downstairs, I have a little drink of apple cider vinegar, turmeric, curcumin, and lemon. That's really good for gut health. I've had gut issues a lot of my life and career. They're finally gone. I cleared them up through gut blood DNA testing, topic for another time. And that's one thing that I start with. Then I'll have, as you can see here, a cup of egg whites, so 3/3 cups. Then I'll have my creatine and my glutamine, 2 different supplements. I'll take a little drink of beet juice. I'll just dry scoop the creatine, swish it around, drink it. I'll take another swig of the beet juice with the glutamine, drink it down. And what's in the beet juice is these nitrates and different things that are going to allow you to have phenomenal sessions. It also is an anti-inflammatory, so it's really, really good for you. So that's what that looks like initially. Then I will have my overnight oats. You guys can see them right here. So in here, there's a bunch of really good stuff, and you guys can take notes of this. This is the ultimate gut formula hack. Now, this is a complex carb, steel cut oats, as opposed to quick oats. So quick oats, a simple carb. It's like white rice. Your body digests it super fast and turns it into sugar, all these things that you turn into fuel. Something that's steel cut oats, it takes a little bit longer to digest. It's got more fiber in it, which is really good for you, but you don't necessarily want to have that right before your workout. So with the steel cut oats, I have that, it's around 737-ish, which is 2 hours to an hour and a half before the workout. That's going to give me a ton of time. In this as well, sorry, this is still breakfast right here. I have, and I do this, I build this out. I do 2 half cups in there, and then I do 3 tablespoons of chia seeds. Phenomenal. There's protein, but also just really good for you. Flaxseed, really good fiber, really good for digestion. And then psyllium husk. Not a lot of people talk about this. These 3 things, oh my goodness, will save your life. So I do 3 tablespoons of each in there. And then I put 3 scoops of ProMix plant protein powder. I will get the beef isolate at some point, but dairy does not sit well with me and it destroys my gut. And a lot of people are destroying their guts with crappy protein powders, even if they're plant proteins, but there's a ton of seed oils in them. It's just not ideal. So ProMix is what I go with. It's phenomenal. I shake that up. I put a little bit of stevia sweetener in there. So you can have stevia. It's okay. I know people say it's hard on your gut as well, but I just do 2 things, and I get that from Trader Joe's. I should shake that up. Those are my overnight oats. So I'll have those an hour and a half before. Now, I rotate between a couple different things with the fats, but it's extra virgin olive oil. I literally will take a drink, 1 tablespoon. I'll just take a swig of it and chase it with, I'll have a bite of steel cut oats. Now, how do we alternate this on the rest days, right? Like we already talked about this, the carbs gonna be lower. So I might have just way less oats. I might not even have the oats at all. So that's what I'm thinking with that. Then I have the extra virgin olive oil, like right around that time as well, or I'll have half an avocado. Extra virgin olive oil is one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory things. Once you're if you're not an athlete, like you should be having this as much as possible without just having way too many fats, because it will have a lot of fat. It's anti-inflammatory, longevity. It is phenomenal. From there, now, before my workouts, I'm going to have simple carbohydrates. So that's going to be fruits. I'll just leave it at that. Banana, I have banana an hour now, and then I have a banana throughout. So that's 200 grams, and that's 2 bananas, okay? So that's what I'm eating there. Nothing to show there, okay? So then I also have, you can see here, my honey. I'll have really just like a little spoonful of honey right before the workout. The sugars, you're going to get the most out of those workouts. This is only before the workouts. Then you guys can see here, I got my smoothie here. So I do my smoothie because one micronutrient you never want to miss out on is berries. So I do a 3 berry blend, and then I also do 2 cups of power greens, spinach, kale, a bunch of stuff in there. Really, really good. And I also put ginger in there as well. Okay, so you can write that down as well. So I have that at about noon. I know this is a lot to digest here, but I told you I was going to tell you everything. These are the carbs, the other carbs I make. So this is sweet potatoes, baked sweet potatoes. I put paprika on them. It doesn't really matter. Seasoning. I mean, you can putting any sort of garlic. That's going to be phenomenal. I got some rice underneath. I really don't eat that much rice though, especially when my carbs are so limited. I got ground turkey here. That's 97%. Turkey, 3% fat. That's going to be huge. You really want to, if you want to enjoy, other micronutrients from walnuts, dark chocolate, things like that, then you've got to get lean proteins. And I got my chicken, of course, and then my broccoli. So I just bake all of these in the oven, super easy. Literally chicken like 350 for 45 minutes-ish. Cook this in the pan. The turkey, the sweet potatoes, 15 minutes each side at 400 degrees. Same with the broccoli. So just breaking it all down for you. So I'll put this in there. I have these cook on the instant cooker. I'm cooking on the stove at the same time. Once that's done, I start prepping these. Well, I throw this in the oven, and it's really easy. This was the dinner that I ate that night to prep for the next day, the Sunday meal. So you guys can see I have quite a bit of carbs in there with the rice, priming for the next day. So let's get into, we already talked about the smoothie. I have that around noonish, and that's usually between the first and second session, and I'll really just sip that. Okay, from there, then I basically have all my carbs right after that, right around 3 p.m. ish. Once I'm finished all my workouts, that's going to be, for the most part, usually sweet potato. You can see here is 250 carbs, and then I'll have a little bit of rice with it, basmati rice. Doesn't really matter what you pick, and then the broccoli, I'll have that as well in there. So I'll eat that all right there. Then as I start to relax, I drive home. I might start picking away at this ground turkey and allowing, when my body's in more of a parasympathetic state, I'm digesting that, but I'm still making sure that it's split up. Also in that smoothie, I forgot there's 2 ProMix scoops as well. Okay, I get home and then boom, you can see 13 ounces of chicken. I'll have one at probably like 4:30 and then one at like 6 and maybe some right before bed to allow for recovery. So that's going to be really controversial. Some people are going to say you need to be done at a certain time to allow digestion to stop and allow you to sleep. I've found you can still get phenomenal sleep quality with eating before then. You got to find out what works for you though. I will finish the day with some tart cherry juice and some collagen. That's the next thing I dry scoop and drink. The cherry juice has a little bit of melatonin in it and is so good for recovery, and then the collagen will allow recovery overnight. So that's exactly what I eat, guys. Yes, there is variation. Obviously, you see I play around with what I'll do is I'm just logging things. I'll log, okay, if it's a ground turkey day, I know I'm not going to be able to have as much fats from other things. So I'm still leaving a little bit on the table with the fats. Like maybe then I can have a little bit of pumpkin seeds or a little bit of walnuts. There's a couple things that I go-tos. Okay, so you guys want to see what supplements I have? Let's break down. Here we go. Creatine, electrolytes, yes. Tongadali, omega-3s, vitamin D3, K2. I take a greens powder as well. It's absolutely disgusting. And there's really a lot more supplements. So I'm going to show you guys my stack. I literally have a picture of it here for you guys. So here's the electrolytes. I got LMNT. We've got Maca. Shout out my guy Cole Pruitt. Rosia, COQ10. I have a lot of history of heart health. So the or ancestry DNA. When I did my gut blood DNA, that's like genetically a thing that I need to work on. Gelatin, really good for the joints. If you have any joint issues, I got a probiotic in there. I got beef pill or liver pills, really good micronutrients from that. There's the omega-3s. Here's the glucosamine chondroitin. That's really good for your joints. Turmeric, really good. Curcumin. NMN, my girlfriend had it, so I just was finishing that. You don't really need that at all. This is berberine. Once again, it's something that showed up with my blood work. So I wouldn't take all these guys because this is to my DNA and to my blood. If you guys want a video about that, please comment below as well. I'll talk more about that too. This is, I literally could pull it out here. Not the turmeric. I can't remember what this, oh, the NAC. That is phenomenal supplement. So good. This one over here is my multivitamin, Thorne multivitamin, Elite multivitamin. It's methylated. It just means you'll be able to digest it more. Okay, this is what I have for bed. So I just have my magnesium. It's a full spectrum, so we got a little bit of everything. And then multivitamin Elite PM from Thorne, really good. Ashwagandha. And then I also started, instead of taking my L-theanine before the workout, I take it before bed. Okay, so let's get into what I do before the workout. So before, only 2 sessions a week I'll have caffeine. I don't need caffeine. It's just a phenomenal performance enhancer. So I use it for our top end speed days. We're going to be running a lot. That's Monday and Thursday and our lower body lifts. I'll have 200 milligrams. I'll have alpha GPC with that as well. L-tyrosine, beta alanine. I'll have 2 scoops of that, which will be 6.4 grams. I just like doing it all at once. If it's later, I just forget to do it later in the day. And then this is optional to smooth it out. So I started doing it before bed instead because I just I don't get jittery from the caffeine. These 4 together will leave you mentally locked in, mind-muscle connection, just phenomenal. Okay, really good. Glycine, I just ordered this as well. I ran out, so I'll take this with my collagen at night. So, yeah, I asked it to give us our results so far. So yeah, we went from 199 to 195.6 over 2 weeks. Really good. Getting faster. Recovery sleep is phenomenal. So I'm not burning out from cutting. And then everything's working. So why does this work, right? Like this focuses on performance first, not just fat loss. Don't forget about your performance. Health is wealth, and you will do so much damage if you don't do it the right way. Also, our strategic carb use, right? Like our carb cycling, phenomenal. And then supplement timing, right? This is just, the bonus, but it does make a difference. And then the structured meal times, like my body is used to a very simple system. So anyways, let's go through what foods you need to be eating. This is going to look like a lot, but it's super simple, guys. Super simple. And this is just what I eat. So if we go micronutrients, macronutrients, like this, these are the foods you need to eat. So I already showed you what I eat, which is going to be a lot of things that are covered here. Grass-fed beef, anything that's got more fat in it, you really want to save those for your recovery days. So on the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday for me, like it's a little bit harder for your body to digest. So those are really good. It's also really good to have those before bed too. Studies show as well. Really good for recovery and the slow digestion of it. And that's really like when you guys see people take casein protein, that's very similar stimulus. Okay, so I wouldn't overthink this. What I go for is organic chicken breasts. I do a ground turkey. And then for me, I don't even do salmon. I do sardines. Really easy. Yeah, you guys are like, oh, these are disgusting. Well, suck it up. Do you want to be great? Boom. Sardines are really good. Just chase it with a fruit. These are so good. These are like, if you have 3 of these packs a week, Oh my goodness. It's one of the best things that you can do for your performance. And a lot of people aren't going to do it because they don't have the guts to do it. Yes, you could do salmon, but sardines are packed with great stuff. So I'll do, and then either a bison or a beef. Pasteurized eggs. If you guys, oh my goodness, the only two things I really, really would hope you'd get organic. I know it's a little bit more expensive, but it's an investment in you and your health, and health is wealth. Health is your number one thing, is organic chicken breasts. This will make a huge difference. Your pasteurized eggs will make a huge difference. Those two things, I really would focus on those. Don't really worry about the liver. You guys can get the liver supplements, but that's a bonus, okay? Don't worry about these other two things too. But this is just like, this would be the ultimate tiers, right? Elite veggies. So easy. Power greens in your smoothie. Done. Beets. Just have your beet juice in the morning. Done. Okay. Broccoli. Really, you don't need to worry about getting all these things. I just focus on one. I know a lot of people are going to say you need to have all these different veggies. I will one day, but for right now, it's just not worth the stress of me having to make all these different veggies, etc. So I just focus on destroying broccoli and then sweet potatoes. Carrots do not sit well with me. Also, gut blood DNA test showed that my DNA does not do well with carrots. So that made sense why my digestion sucked. That's why everybody should get these tests at some point. And then seaweed. Okay, we're going to talk about things that you guys can eat. If you're super hungry and you're in a cut, and I've been in those moments where it really sucks, these are one of those things that basically no calories. So I'll get those. I'll eat a couple of sheets, 1 sheet, 2 sheets a day, and really good for trace minerals. Don't worry about these at all. Don't worry about the red cabbage, whatever. Okay, you can get your fruits with a triple berry blend, easy, frozen. It's when they're frozen at peak ripeness, it'll hold a lot of the nutrients. Yes, I mean, obviously you'd want to get fresh, but whatever. Keep it simple. Throw them in your smoothie. You can have a little orange too. Sometimes I'll have a mandarin orange in between workouts as well too. Really low calories, carbs, and really good to just, I mean, you're already going to get vitamin C with so many other things that you're doing. Pomegranate. This is my goodness, underrated. So I'll have a little bit of pomegranate too, like 20 grams a day at times as well. Okay, your nuts and your seeds. We already got the chia and flax in the oats. Done. Really yummy, really good. And then almonds, don't need it. I think walnuts are really your key. So walnuts, and just be careful. They're a ton of fat. So just have a couple. There's so many different good micronutrients from there. Then once a week on the weekends, instead of having rice, sweet potatoes, these things that really digest easily, I'm going to go with something that's going to be a little bit more slow digesting. So that's going to be my chickpeas and lentils. So I'll have these two on Sunday. And really, really good. Oh my goodness. These show these in the blue zones, which means the zones where people live the longest. Lentils are superpower. And then pumpkin seeds, a really easy way, really good snack. You can eat so many of them, and it's only, I mean, it'll get up your fat a little bit, but they're so good for digestion. And pepitas, don't even know what that is. So, and then these are cool. Don't worry about quinoa. Like, I'm not gonna worry about that at all. Your white rice is gonna be your key, as well as we already talked about the sweet potatoes. Electrolytes, you get your element T, you're gonna be good. Fermented foods, I would recommend having at least one of these. So kimchi or sauerkraut, or kefir, whatever you enjoy the most. I love sauerkraut. Once again, like, no calories at all. Phenomenal for gut health. Okay, and then optional superfood add-ins. Some of them that I have, I'll either have, like I said, a little spoonful of honey, a tablespoon of maple syrup. One of those two I'm having before the workout. So I'll alternate days because the antioxidants are phenomenal, and in small amounts, they're great. And then I do have cordyceps before my workouts too. I forgot to mention that. Reishi, it's not huge. Don't have to worry about that. Dark chocolate, phenomenal. You can get a bar, literally, I got one right here. It is a 100% dark chocolate. It's a little bit intense. Have it with a little bit of fruit though. Have a little piece, like the antioxidants, the magnesium that's in there, going to be phenomenal. Okay. And then we already talked about these. Olive oil, phenomenal. Turmeric, black pepper. I have that in my first drink in the morning. See how you make an easy rhythm, and then all these things get checked off. I'm going to show you guys the really quick adjustments before I show you this tool that's going to be, I mean, it's going to change the game for you. What I started finding was, okay, I needed a little bit more carbs. So we were super low carbs, and we made this very customized, right? So Monday, we already talked about this, but we upped the carbs, we upped the calories. Same thing with Tuesday. And with this one, we could even push to 250. So what I found is the Monday and Thursdays, we're going to push to 250. Tuesdays are a little bit less. We're going to go to 225. And this takes discipline too. You have to be able to tell yourself, okay, no. Today it was easier. Like, I'm not going to have more food. I don't need more food. And I'll tell you right now, you're going to feel so good when you're lighter, when you're leaner, when you're looking better. It will be worth it. So just keep it going. Saturday is going to be my lowest day because there's nothing I'm priming for on Sunday as well. If anything, sometimes I will actually, Sunday morning, I will do a fast until noon or maybe even a little bit later, and then I'll go crazy with the food to prime everything. Fasting is another longevity incredible tool. Just be careful, especially if you're in a really big performance zone in your life. Okay, so broke it down again. We've already talked about this, but super simple. So here's what my actual macros look like, guys, throughout the week. And we already have gone over so much of this. I think you guys get the point, but super consistent, right around that 2200. This day was a big day, too much on this day, 260. And then I can see it. I can see like, if we go over to here, it directly correlates. That's when I went up to 198.2 again. And I was like, oh, okay, that's too much. So give yourself grace. And then you start to learn, okay, where can I push up to, and what does that look like? Okay, what do I use to get my food? Really good question. If you're in the U.S., man, just hack Walmart orders. I mean, I'm sure this is in Canada too. So easy, and the chicken, the organic chicken, is phenomenal. Organic that you can get. That's very, very affordable. You got your literally grass-fed ground beef. Look at $22 for 3 of these, and phenomenal. 93.7. So good. Also throw in peppers in there as well. Anyways, this thing is another game changer as well. Reverse osmosis water filter. So it's right here, and it's the highest grade of water filter that you can get. The water also goes through a remineralizer, so you don't lose the minerals that you have. This is where I started. Okay, so already still pretty lean, but you can see a little bit heavier, and then you can see like it just starts to just shedding off the fat, and then also I am going to lose a little bit of muscle too, but that's my goal. Okay, so you don't, like some of you don't want to lose that, so just keep the protein high and you'll be good. And I just wanted to give you an idea, like this is it, guys. Ground turkey, ground bison, like super simple. Here's the greens powder that I use. Okay, so you guys can see that. But just look at this, like the results that I get from this are phenomenal. Look at the recovery. This is after hard days of training. I mean, my HRV's at 164. It's basically peaking all the time. Resting heart rate down to 45. Like I was not hitting these at all before. And here's the thing, that last thing I'm going to talk about before I show you guys this ultimate tool is, listen, you got to give yourself grace and you got to reward yourself. So I went 2 weeks, just strict AF, and then it was my birthday, and I'm staying with some family friends right now, and there was a cupcake, so I had a piece of the cupcake. So give yourself grace too, and eventually in a couple weeks here, once I hit, once I hit the 5-6 week range, I'm going to start having one cheat meal a week. It probably will just be Chipotle, but it's good for your mental, guys, to give you something to look forward to. One thing that I've found, to be really honest and open with you guys, I've never had cravings the last 6 years. I hate eating unhealthy. I hate eating processed food. It makes me feel like crap. I just don't have any desire to do that. Now that I've been in this cut and been hungry, oh my goodness, all those urges come back. So it gives me a lot of empathy for other people, a lot of understanding, and also the fact that I'm going to go crazy on draft night and probably the day after my pro day and enjoy myself, and then get right back to it, because this is the most enjoyable life. The way of discipline, the obstacle is the way. Okay? So I built a Elite Health Coach GPT trained on the best information I've learned in training, nutrition, recovery, and performance. And I want you to be able to use it to build your own meal plans, adjust your macros, and actually understand what your body needs. I'd love to help and assist you in that journey. If that's something that you're looking to do, DM me on Instagram. We can have a chat. I'm really not taking on many people at all, but we can have a chat. Listen, this GPT, though, it's free, it's powerful, and I'm sharing it because, listen, I want you to be your best. I want you to get shredded. I want to have you to have your best body. I want you to impact your family tree through your fitness. And that's really, without health, you have nothing. And if you prioritize it, it will exponentially improve everything in your life. And the truth is, most people don't need more motivation. They need better information. Okay? So the link is going to be below. You can also DM me and DM me macros, and I will send you this GPT and I will get you right. Okay? I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave comments, questions, any other future videos that you guys want to see covered. If you enjoyed the content, if you got a lot of value out of this, please like, subscribe, share this with someone that needs to hear this. This was me leaving it all out there. I hope you feel the incredible amount of value, 30 minutes straight of just spitting what I'm doing. I'm not holding anything back because I want to see you be your best. Okay? We'll see you guys in another video. Make it happen. Out.